Well, guys, what do you think of my new car? I just, not too long ago, traded my 1989 F-250 straight up for a 1969 Pontiac Catalina 400 two-barrel, and let's do a walk around. So here we are under the hood. Like I told you, 1969 Pontiac 400 two-barrel, factory AC, just a beautiful car that I'm excited to get started working on. Not without its issues. The water pump is leaking out of the weep hole. The fuel pump is leaking right around the diaphragm. It's chattering a little bit, so I don't know if that's the water pump or if I've got the famous Pontiac timing chain issue. But I'm just excited to get into this project. Those of you that work on classic cars know that it's almost always something. So if you don't enjoy the process, what do you enjoy? So if we're going to dig into this, we'll start to do a few projects on it, but I just wanted to show you around. So it's got a new brake master cylinder on it. Everything is relatively clean. We'll just do a quick walk around here. So here's a little bit closer view, what we got going underneath here. New brake master cylinder, like we said. Yep, everything intact, runs, drives, goes down the road. The power steering does squeal a little bit, and like I said, you can see that there's some leaking down there from the water pump. It drips right out of the weep hole. I don't know if you can see it right up underneath there, and then drips down there. So that's the first project is you might as well get in there and do the timing chain, water pump, fuel pump. So we've got videos to come here. But factory AC, it doesn't work, you may have guessed. I actually took the belt off it pretty much as soon as I bought it because of this mess here. I don't know if you can see that, but this thing goes in and out and up and down and all around. It's all jammed up. So that's a project for another day. But let's step around the car. You can see, close down the hood here. It looks like factory original paint here on the hood with, primer showing. I just wanted to buff that up a little bit to see how I could get that on this one side of the hood. But all the marker lights work. This has got tires that have been on it for 25 years. Just loving the new car, wanting to get into some projects with it. Let's take a look at the interior here. Not new, but this is the only damage on the upholstery. You look back through, headrests, seat belts, barely used. Dome light works. There's some damage back there in that back corner. Water damage. Looks like the windshield had to be resealed at some point, so it doesn't leak now. There is a little bit of a leak up in that top right corner. If it rains for a couple of days, it'll start to just drip down off of one of those pillars. Let's take a look at the dash here. Let's see what we got, if you can see that. What do we got there? 99, 431 on the odometer. Looking at the pedals, you kind of try to get a feel for wear and tear, and I don't know, I think I'd be inclined to think that this is a 98,000 mile car. It's got the original rubber floor mats, looks like original carpet, original upholstery, doors. Doors look good. You know, they're not new, but let's take a look in the rear of the vehicle here. Rear door, back seat. I mean, this seat's almost like it was never sat in back here. I mean, beautiful condition. You take a deep breath. You get that musty old used car smell. Gotta love it. Both floor mats back here as well. Beautiful car. All the windows go up and down. Everything works, but the radio. Let's get inside the car here. Everything works, but the radio, the clock doesn't work, but all the other gauges, oh, and the fuel gauge. Fuel gauge doesn't even look like it's got a needle on it, which I don't know if that's just falling down in there or what that is, so we'll have to dig into that. None of the lights come on when you run the car. I mean, just really excited to have this one, so looking forward to videos to come. Let's take a look at the trunk. Original dog dish PMD hubcaps on it, white wall tires, beautiful. See some wear here on along the trunk. You know, kind of a little oranging there on the trunk, like you may have seen on the trunk of some of these old cars. But chrome is good. All the lights work, tail lights, brakes, everything works good. Let's see if we can get in the trunk here, see what we can find in there. The original carpet's gone, but I mean, it's rust free. Yeah. I think that's the original spare tire there. I mean, that is an old tire. Rear light works. And I've got a few odds and ends back here just in case, but I mean, you can see nice project car that I'm excited to get into some videos on. Like I said, chrome, all the trims there. Looks like it had some body work at least once. These lower panels appear to have been painted below the trim, especially those rear doors there. If you get a little bit closer, I mean, you can see, you know, you see that paint defects there with the bubbling. And below the trim, you can see that there's some paint coming off with some Bondo showing underneath there. So, you know, it's not all original complete, but and you know, the typical nose paint peeling off, but I mean, the chrome is beautiful. The headlights, high beams, everything works. Show you down the passenger side of the car as we come around here. Not a lot of space on this side of the garage, so I'll just go along this with you. You can see that rear door, see that difference in coloring there. Those rear doors above the trim were painted as well. But you know, white wall tires all the way around. I did replace that tire back there driving it home. I blew out that passenger rear tire. Somebody had the tire pressure on these 25-year-old tires set to about 40 pounds of pressure. So you can imagine about how long that lasted. But anyway, looking forward to digging into some videos on this car with you. Talk to you soon.